Hey guys, so welcome to Vlogmas. This is December 16th. Today we're gonna kind of do something a little bit different, and it's gonna be kind of like a reflective video. We're not really doing something throughout the video, right? So we're doing our little Christmas routine, starting off with turning on our candle. And something that I want to make sure is like a message that's translated through this video is like how to be happy and grateful for what you do have versus what you don't have. So we're just gonna talk about that right now, and let me start the video by starting our little routine. So we're gonna talk. Today it is officially 9 days away from Christmas, and I can't believe it. We are in the single digits. So I did get home, and I opened up the windows a little bit and turning on the Christmas lights. Okay. Oh, this thing is a tree topper, and I bought it last year because I wanted something that lit up. I remember when I was little, we always had like an angel as the Christmas topper, and I don't think the angel lit up, but I'm trying to find one. I really want to turn on these candles, but I'm actually really scared that they're going to like burn the TV furniture. So first of all, hi, how are you? Good afternoon. Today is Tuesday, December 16th. Just got home from work. We did, do the whole Christmas routine of like, starting the Christmas tree, restarting the Christmas countdown. And, lately I've been actually putting the Christmas fireplace from Netflix, and then they do have some on YouTube as well. But I wanted to be a little bit reflective in this video because I feel like it's very important to be busy, right? You wake up, you're rushing all day long to get to work, to get to school, to deal with, life, and maybe you have kids, you have a husband, you have pets, you have a business, and life is always go, 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 which is great, right? Because that's the whole point of being alive, right? But I think that it is important to take times to rest, to recharge, to be reflective. And it feels like the days are long, but the years are short. I think that was a phrase that I saw on social media. And the days sometimes are long, but sometimes are also quick, and time passes quickly when you don't really think about it. It makes me sentimental, and I'm always teary and mushy-eyed, and people say I cry for everything because it's true. I do. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I need to stop that. But then I'm like, if I stop doing that, I'm like, I don't think that's, I mean, I would stop being Jackie. I don't want you to see, there it goes. As you get older, I am 31, and there are people in your life that are no longer going to be in your life. So you have your grandparents, aunts and uncles, your parents, sometimes even your siblings, you know, pass away before you do. And I think it's just very important that you focus on the holidays being time that you spend with your family, and forget about, you know, the houses, the cars, the materialistic things, the trips, the jewelry, like the bags. Like, it's not about any of that stuff. Like, it's just about having the day and spending that time with your family. I've said it in almost, well, not in almost every video, but I've said it in a lot of videos that, you know, I'm watching Vlogmas on YouTube for other like YouTube content creators, and they're very Christmassy themed. Like, their entire house is decorated Christmassy theme. Like, they're wearing Christmas pajamas. They have, you know, Christmas cups. They're doing Christmas cookies. They're doing, like, it's so, like, it's like Christmas vomited on the screen. And realistically, like, I cannot afford to do that, and that's okay. And I understand that there are people that are watching these videos that may not be able to afford it either, and that's also okay. I think I'm not willing to go into bankruptcy to go buy some Christmas decorations. Like, I'm really not. I think it should be low pressure. I think it should be fun. I think things should be neutral. I looked up some things that I wanted to talk about, and something that I did want to mention is one small Christmas tradition that makes the season feel more peaceful. So becoming an adult means that you move out, right? You are not living with your parents anymore. You're not living with your siblings or family. You're living either by yourself, or you're living with a significant other or a partner or like a friend. Or sometimes you are just living like in a dorm, you know, with a schoolmate or whatever the situation is. So there are certain habits and certain traditions that are no longer like a common daily thing. So for example, your family might have done something, but you don't have the funds to do it anymore, or you don't want to continue on the tradition, or maybe that tradition brings back bad memories. For example, like parents fighting, or like, I don't know, it's like weird, right? But I think traditions are important, not just during the holidays, but like for yourself as an adult, what you want to carry into adulthood, and what you want to show your kids, and what you want to, like, the life that you want to live like with your spouse, if that makes sense. So for example, it's funny that we're talking about this, because I was having a conversation with Oscar, and I think one of the topics that I brought up as far as like traditions was reading Luke, right? So because I started going to church more this year and learning more about God and the Bible and whatever, I've always believed in God, but I think that is definitely a tradition that I want to carry on. Hold on, because I'm putting my pants up. When it comes to the Christmas season, because the whole point of the season is that, you know, Christmas is the celebration of Jesus's birth, right? So how much nicer would it be to like read the chapter or the book of Luke, right? Hold on, reading Luke in the Bible, right? Another nice little tradition that I have is like, or it's not a tradition, but it's more like a routine, like where I'm putting the fireplace, right? The fireplace, having a Christmas countdown, and turning on the Christmas tree every day. Even if it's not for that long, like turning on Christmas tree every day. I'm writing this down actually. There was a day that we did go driving around to go see Christmas lights. So I think driving around to see Christmas lights And oh, like matching Christmas pajamas. And these little traditions are things that, like, some of them do have money related things, others are just things that you want to do for yourself. A simple way to make your home feel more like Christmas, I would also say, is like watching Christmas movies, right? Let me see, watching Christmas movies, and it doesn't always have to be like a new movie. It could be like an old movie, like Home Alone. Like when I saw Miracle on 34th Street, and I talked about this like with my family, and it inspired others to like do the same. I was like, really, and I don't know why, that just made me happy. The fact that because I did it kind of started like a new routine for them, and I loved it. And they told me that they actually watched it, and I thought it was the cutest thing. What else? Oh, Christmas music. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know that song from Mariah Carey that she starts singing? She's like, "It's time." Oh my god, I can't stand it. I've heard it so many times. Hold on, Christmas songs. In the background. So what I do is typically when I shower, I'm watching a movie or I'm watching a show, because I have a waterproof like phone holder in the shower, or like I'll put my phone to charge, and like now what I'm doing is, instead of watching a show, I'll try to put Christmas songs, or if I'm cooking, I'll put Christmas songs. You guys cannot hear it, but I will put the Christmas song in the background while I'm cooking or cleaning or whatever. I try to keep it a little bit low, like calm, because since we get home from work, you want to like de-stress. So you want to shower, you want to eat, you want to like lay down, go to sleep. So I'm not putting it at like 100 music level, or I don't know. I'm trying to put it like low calming music, but I'm also not low and I'm not calm. So there's that. Let me see. Another way to make the home feel more like Christmas, I think it's more than just decorating. I think it's making sure that the decorations that you're putting out are causing joy for your heart. You don't want to stuff the place, you really don't, but you want it to feel like clean, you want it to feel neat, you want it to feel welcoming. Let me see here. Let me see. What Christmas reminds me to slow down and notice is also, number one, how quickly time passes. Number two, how quickly kids grow up, because I have a lot of nieces and nephews and I'm grateful every single day for them. And I can cry. I have a problem. But I feel like I have their little hand impressions on my wall. And everywhere I look at them, I'm like, they're getting bigger. And that is crazy. I remember the day they were born. Oh my god. If I'm like this about nieces and nephews, imagine my own kids. That is crazy. That is crazy. But how... I can't even talk. So a simple... or something that I appreciate about Christmas every year is that you also get the family to get together. I love seeing everybody posting their matching Christmas pajamas. It's just the cutest thing I've ever seen. Honestly, I love it. And is it consumerism? Absolutely. And I'm here for it. Let me see. Oh, here's another good topic. Why does Christmas feel different as an adult? Oh, this is a good one. And this is also something that I have been reflecting on, is that as an adult, it's not just about your money and that your income determines like what you can and cannot do, but it's also that as an adult, you are responsible for it. So you are responsible for the things that you say and you do. You are also responsible for the things that you do not say and the things that you do not do. So what does that mean? If I say, oh, this year I'm going to put up the Christmas tree. This year comes and I never do it. Oh, this year I'm going to dress up as Santa Claus. This year comes and I don't do it. This year comes, oh, this is the year that I'm going to, I don't know, be the Grinch. I don't know, whatever it is. This is the year that I'm going to go see the Nutcracker Ballet, which honestly, we need to go do that because that is top priority. I am not even kidding. You know, how do I explain? If you continue to say, I'm gonna do this, 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 and you never do it, your life is going to pass, and all of the things that you want and desire are gonna stay in your head, they're gonna stay in your heart, and they're never gonna come to fruition. And it's not even about materialistic things, it's about your life and your experience. For example, last year was the first year that I had the Christmas tree. This is the second year with a little Christmas tree. One of my goals for next year is that I want to have a big Christmas tree, like an actual normal average height tree. This is already like the second year where like I said, I want a tree, but where is the tree? You know? So really what that comes to say is that the responsibility lies on you. If you don't put up the Christmas tree, if you don't buy the presents, if you don't put the Christmas songs, if you don't put the Christmas movies, you know, it's gonna feel like a normal, ordinary day, and that's okay. Sometimes you don't want to celebrate, and that's fine. But if you want it to feel like that extra Christmassy feeling and you want it to be extra and all the things, like, it does take time, it does take effort, it does take energy, and it does take like some sort of discipline where like you say, okay, I'm gonna change the tone of the day, I'm gonna change the tone of the evening, I'm gonna change the tone of like my life, really. You know, sometimes things happen, things are said, things are done, you're going through a rut, and like you have to get yourself out of it. And sometimes it's very hard, especially when, you know, I don't know how to explain this, but like you just have to get yourself out of it, whether it's church, whether it's, you know, going to seek help, whatever it is. And if you don't get yourself out of that, it could be very hard, it could be very difficult, it could affect your mental health. And you know, I want to say that being an adult, it makes me more appreciative, obviously, for my parents and my family when I was a kid, because I know that I felt loved. I know that I felt the happiness throughout the holidays. I know that, you know, we did see the Christmas tree going up and the Christmas lights and all the things, you know what I mean? So I really, 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 really want to encourage you. It doesn't even have to be Christmas, whatever it is that you celebrate. Choose to do something in regards to that and make this year the year that you start a tradition with yourself, with a significant other, with whoever, and stick to it. Like, one thing that I'm super proud of is that this year I've really been sticking to Vlogmas. I am gonna be honest that for the remainder of this week, some of these videos are going to be filmed in advance, just because there's something, you know, that sometimes it has to be done. So as much as I wanted it to be authentic and to be day of, realistically there are some things that I just don't want to put online, and maybe one day they will be, but right now they're not going to be. And sometimes, you know, Oscar and I want to keep things private, and there are certain things that time will tell, right? So yeah, there are things that are going to be filmed in advance, because this weekend, you know, I don't know. Let me see. I'm trying to think too. I've never been a hot chocolate girl or like a s'mores girl. I really like Chips Ahoy with just like cold milk, or like Oreos with milk, cold milk. Oh my god. And you do not dunk. You let them soak and then you eat them with a spoon, like when they're falling apart. So yeah, like baking Christmas cookies, like that does not appeal to me for some reason. Baking brownies or like a strawberry cake, that's where I'm at. But you know, like people make hot chocolate and then they put the little like marshmallows and then they put whipped cream over it. Like yeah, I did it one year, but then I didn't even really drink the hot chocolate. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We have to like invent. I have to invent Christmassy theme events. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. But anyways, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's a reflective video. We got to kind of chit chat a little bit. Another thing that I really like is seeing the Nutcracker. The Nutcracker ballet. I know that in some other live I was a ballerina. I don't know when that was, but it was definitely at some point that occurred. And even though I don't believe in past lives and I don't believe in reincarnation, but I have to say that because when I go see a ballet, something happens between the outfits, the tutus, the glittery like rhinestones, the actual like dancing on their little toes, the twirling, it drives me crazy. I love the twirling. It's literally my favorite thing. When they go like, oh, you get me out of here. We went to go see the ballet one year, and in front of us there was an older lady, and she was going like, and doing like the hand gestures, and I could hear her talking about how she used to be a ballerina to whoever she was sitting next to, and I was just like, I love you forever. I never took ballet classes as a kid. I really could not afford them. My parents could not afford them. I know how to dance because I learned to dance at home, like bachata, merengue, salsa. Ugh, I could teach you salsa. Just learning group dances, from parties and stuff. And I was very outgoing as a teenager, as my mother could tell you. I invited myself to be part of a 15th. That it wasn't, I had no business being there. It was my cousin's best friend. And then when I heard the call and her best friend called her and told her, hey, you want to be part of it? And then I took the phone and I was like, yes, in fact, there's 4 of us and we're all going to do that. Honestly, teenager Jackie was very sassy. I still am, I would say. But I loved participating. I just loved living life. And I think this video has been very random. It was very monthly. But all of this to say that find one tradition, whatever that tradition is. And if it has to be a free tradition, let it be like go see free Christmas lights. Like find an area that has Christmas lights and go see those lights. It's just, I don't know how to explain it. Like it brings the mood up. If you need if you need a Bible, and you have a phone, or you have access to a computer, there are free Bibles online. Read Luke in the Bible. But anyways, this has been my random reflective video for the season. And yeah, I think being an adult, there's definitely a lot of pressure, a lot of responsibility. And basically it's like, if you keep saying that you're gonna do it, and you never do it, it's never gonna happen. So make a list of things that you want to do, get them done. And one thing I am proud of this year is, like, obviously besides the fact that this is the second year with the Christmas tree, is that this is actually the second year that I'm on YouTube for Christmas, but this is the first year that I've actually stuck to Vlogmas and I'm actually posting a video every single day. Now, there was another video that didn't post on the actual day, and that is because it was like a safety thing that I posted something and I had to take it down and then delete it and then repost the video. But I don't care about that. And then the day has come where like I do have to film in advance. So since I have to film in advance, you know, it is what it is. So obviously, like, I'm gonna be posting videos that are really like in advance. They're not actual like same day videos. But that's okay. I love you guys. I hope this video gave you some idea as to something to stir, whatever it is that you have access to. And I'm very, 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 very excited to start some new traditions maybe in this year with Oscar. Oh yes. Oh yes. What else? And we need to clean this porch. It is nighttime, so we're not gonna clean it right now. But I don't know when, but we need to clean this porch. We really have to clean this porch. And then I had, what is this? Maybe this is also the year that I start using my planner more. Let me see. I want to do a lot of things. I really want to do a lot of things. Let me see. New Year's resolutions, mood board creation. I have to do a mood board. I have so many ideas rolling in my head. Like I really have so many ideas rolling in my head on how to make things special for Christmas. But I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed sitting down and having a conversation with me. And even though it was very random, I hope that something during the season makes you feel meaningful, truly. Go cook, go clean, go do your laundry, go mop your floors, you know, go take care of your car, go work out, go do something different, something that you haven't done in a while. I love you guys and happy holidays, Merry Christmas, bye.